Today we discuss how Carmelo desperately wanted to go home. Please enjoy.
Reporting that the deal is finally done. The Carmelo Anthony trade saga is finally over. Anthony going to his desired destination, Madison Square Garden, to play with the Knicks. This is a very detail-oriented trade, so we're going to show you all the components so you can get an idea of why this took so long. The Knicks get Anthony, point guard Chauncey Billups, Sheldon Williams, Anthony Carter, and former Knick, now going back to the Knicks, Ronaldo Balkman. The Denver Nuggets will get Danilo Gallinari, Raymond Felton, Wilson Chandler, 3 starters. Timofey Mozgov also has been starting lately for the Knicks. So 4 Knicks starters, a first-round pick coming from the Warriors, 2 second-round picks, and $3 million in cash. Our J.A. Donde has tweeted, this is a great deal for the Denver Nuggets. Let's welcome in now to SportsCenter ESPN NBA insider Mark Stein. And Mark, obviously the details are just now coming in, but how did this deal finally get done?
You also got to throw Minnesota in there too. They're actually in this as well, with Anthony Randolph and Eddie Curry are going to wind up with the Wolves as part of it. But basically, Denver resisted for a while, for really the whole season. Everyone knew that Carmelo wanted to end up in New York, but Denver kept holding out and pushing the Knicks to put more and more in. And with it emerging really that the Nuggets now will be able to turn around and move a couple of these parts, Raymond Felton and Mozgov most notably, very high likelihood that the Nuggets will turn around and trade those guys before the deadline on Thursday. So the Nuggets might be able to get even more than they have right now, and that, I think, is what pushed this over the line for them. Denver definitely like New Jersey's offer better, but they're not done dealing now, and we'll see how much more they can get in the next 72 hours.
Yeah, Mark, earlier today, a lot of reports that Mozgov was the one piece of the puzzle the Nuggets wanted, the Knicks were unwilling to get. So obviously at some point today they were willing to give that up. Was that the key piece of the Nuggets puzzle?
Probably to push it over the finish line. I think the main thing was the Knicks made the decision that we've got to get this guy no matter how much we give up. For weeks, months even, Donnie Walsh and Mike D'Antoni really didn't want to go this far and give all this up, basically strip away the depth of this team to bring Carmelo in, because at the top of the East, if you don't have a lot behind Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire, you're not going to win the East. But I think the Knicks came to the conclusion that it was more important to get the star and worry about the supporting cast later, and if they have to rebuild the supporting cast, that's preferable to not having a second star.
In the deal, Corey Brewer goes to the New York Knicks, who was immediately waived and signs with the Mavericks, wins the championship that year. Kosta Koufos goes to the Nuggets. The Knicks send Wilson Chandler, Raymond Felton, Danilo Gallinari, and Timothy Mozgov to the Nuggets. Eddie Curry and Anthony Randolph end up going to the Timberwolves. The 2012 and 13 second-round draft pick from the David Lee trade goes to the Denver Nuggets. The 2014 first-round draft pick, later involved in the Dwight Howard trade, that's sent to the Nuggets. The Nuggets have the ability to swap 2016 first-round draft picks. The Nuggets went from 9 to 7, and the $3 million cash goes to the Timberwolves. The Nuggets send Carmelo Anthony, Chauncey Billups, Anthony Carter, Balkman, Sheldon Williams, and a 2015 pick that goes to the Timberwolves.
I think that our fans will hopefully be pleasantly surprised with the guys that we're bringing in, because I think that they not only are they valued by us, but they're valued by a lot of teams around the league as well.
All right, the trade. I don't know if it would qualify as the biggest trade in team history, but it's got to be up there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what people forget, Scotty, the main pieces in that thing were, the Nuggets get Gallinari, Mozgov, they get Kosta Koufos in that deal coming from Minnesota, Wilson Chandler. I mean, last I checked, Wilson Chandler and Danilo Gallinari are a couple of pretty big pieces of the pie what the Nuggets have now. And then the draft picks after that, they kind of missed on Quincy Miller a little bit, but don't forget, they traded that pick, Doug McDermott, with Chicago, and they get Yusuf Nurkic, Gary Harris, and then the final piece of that puzzle was last year when the Knicks didn't make the playoffs and they get Jamal Murray. I mean, that's that's what you call squeezing the lemon.
Or you probably got a starting center, a starting 2 guard, a 6 man of the year candidate on that thing, a starting small forward.
A rookie of the year candidate.
And now a rookie of the year candidate, just, however many years later, 5 major pieces.
You know, I know that, you know, it's going to be tough not seeing Carmelo and not seeing Chauncey out there. But, you know, please bear with us, and I think that they'll hopefully be pleasantly surprised at the end of the day.
What people never forget or never remember is that this was Josh Kroenke's first thing. I mean, he started being the president right then and there, right? And not only did...
Welcome to the job.
Welcome,
young fella.
This is what happens when you become, you know, normally that never happens, but not only did Melo say he wasn't going to re-sign with the Nuggets, he said, I only want to go to the New York Knicks. I mean, that's a handcuff of all handcuff jobs. And you know who the MVP of this whole thing is Isaiah Thomas, your boy. Because he was in Dolan's ear the whole time. No matter what it takes, get Melo. No matter what it takes, get Melo. Then you have Donnie Walsh sitting in the other corner going, "Oh my goodness, what are we doing? We're losing our future." I mean, I thought it was epic.
And
it should be a 30 for 30.
They went through hard times trying to figure out that, okay, what
They're still trying to figure. I mean, they're better.
They got an all-star guy, but because of what they gave the Nuggets, they had no room or place to put pieces around him.
Right.
And so you have this big. It's like, you know, it's like giving one of those Fabergé eggs to me when I was growing up, and it's going to sit in the corner in the trailer, and everybody's going to go, "What kind of bird did that come from, Ma?" You know, what's it going to? It don't fit there. So they handcuffed themselves a little bit.
Yeah, they did, and don't forget, this thing's still going on. Now, so you take the guys that the Nuggets got, and where'd they go? Now you have Mozgov. Denver couldn't say no to that. They trade him to Cleveland for 2 future first-round picks. That's still part of the Melo deal.
Yeah, it is long-lived and will be long-lived, and who knows, because now all the guys you got, will they be here forever, or will they be traded and be more pieces that continue the trail and the legacy of this monster trade?
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly how it's going to go. We can have the same conversation 10 years from now. We can say, hey, finally, this Melo trade is over.
Let's hope we can.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
In a 3-team deal, the Nuggets send Raymond Felton to the Portland Trail Blazers for Andre Miller, the rights to Jordan Hamilton from the Dallas Mavericks, and a 2013 second-round draft pick. In the 2014 trade deadline, they ship Andre Miller and a 2016 second-round draft pick to the Wizards for Jan Vesely, and ship Jordan Hamilton to the Houston Rockets for Aaron Brooks in return. And prior to the 2014 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets shipped Evan Fournier 2012 first-round draft pick along with the rights for Roy Marble to the Magic for Aaron Afflalo, which I did cover in my entire history video of the Orlando Magic. The link is in the description. Then the Nuggets shipped Aaron Afflalo and Alonzo G, who was most notable for being LeBron's replacement at small forward while he was taking a vacation in Miami, was traded to the Portland Trail Blazers for Will Barton, Victor Claver, and Thomas Robinson. The last two I just named were both waived immediately in a 2016 first-round draft pick used on Malik Beasley. The Denver Nuggets, trying to clear up cap space to sign Paul Millsap, deal Danilo Gallinari to the Los Angeles Clippers, and in a 3-team deal get a second-round draft pick for 2019 from the Atlanta Hawks. The Denver Nuggets would ship Timothy Mozgov along with a 2015 second-round draft pick, least favorable of the Blazers' bold picks, to the Cleveland Cavaliers for 2 first-round draft picks, the first used on Franken Kosmaz. He would eventually go to the Philadelphia 76ers, along with the terrible contract with JaVale McGee for the draft rights to Shank Akiel. And if you're thinking about getting his jersey, you're in bad luck. He was traded to the Atlanta Hawks for Mo Williams, which I didn't realize you could trade players while they're playing shuffleboard. Then they would ship the draft pick used on Harry Giles, along with Nurkic, who they got from the McDermott deal, to the Portland Trail Blazers for Mason Plumlee on an expiring contract and a 2018 second-round draft pick. Costa Koufos would be traded to the Memphis Grizzlies for Darrell Arthur and the draft rights to Joffrey Lavergne. And then Joffrey Lavergne was traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder for 2 second-round draft picks in 2017. In 2 seasons, Quincy Miller suited up for 59 games, 16 starts, 4.5 points a game, 2.5 boards a game, and was taken 1 spot ahead of Chris Middleton. The Nuggets would ship away the 2013 second-rounder for Osby and the draft pick for Dario Saric, along with Afflalo and the 4-team Dwight Howard deal for Andre Iguodala, who would be a 1-year rental, and traded for Randy Foye. Then in the 2016 trade deadline, the Nuggets would ship Randy Foye to the Oklahoma City Thunder for DJ Augustine, Steve Novak, and 2 second-round draft picks. They kept Peter Connelly, but would trade the draft rights to Daniel Hamilton back to the Oklahoma City Thunder for cash considerations, so it basically cancels out. So basically, to sum everything up, besides what the initial offer that they got from the Knicks will say, after flipping everything, they would get Quincy Miller, Aaron Brooks, Wilson Chandler, who's still on the team, Jan Vesely, Mason Plumlee, a 2018 second-round draft pick from the Blazers or Kings, DJ Augustine, Steve Novak, a 2016 second-rounder from the Oklahoma City Thunder, Will Barton still on the team, Malik Beasley still on the team, two second-round draft picks from the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll see if they make the roster. A 2018 second-round draft pick from the Golden State Warriors, trash, and Darrell Arthur. And I'm hoping you guys learned a lot today. I know I did. This is Sports Trades. My name is Lewis. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe.